Hi, welcome back to this LTCC Teaching and Learning Onboarding Experience video focusing on the basics track. Today we're looking at the topic of office hours and the importance of office hours as they may relate to our student experience here at the college. Office hours are an important space, typically a physical space, although we have virtual office hours, so it can be an office of telepresence as we call it. And it's that space where you connect with your students on a one-on-one basis. It's an opportunity for you to share insights about your discipline. It's an opportunity if you're a counselor to really reach out to your students and help them along their educational journey here at the college. Office hours provide opportunity for more mentoring and apprenticing that may not be available in the large class. If I'm teaching in B103 here and I have 35 students, I can't help each student one-on-one unless I set aside time during that class. So typically we rely on the office hours as a time in which we can actually do a little more mentoring and apprenticeship with our students. So take advantage of that opportunity. In-person office hours happen in a campus space. So for me, students who meet with me just this morning, I had a student come in, ask me some questions in B101A, and we sit down, we have a conversation, very collaborative. We can also do this through DE office hours. It could be more textual and audio based. So there could be a conversation you record with an audio recorder on Canvas. You could, of course, also do a Skype call and something like that. And we'll talk about some of those opportunities and some additional trainings as you might want to take advantage of what we call that telepresence component of doing virtual office hours. Full-time faculty are required to provide regular office hours to their administrator. Typically it's 5 hours a week, but not always. There are some stipulations. It's defined in the contract if you're curious. And part-time faculty are eligible for office hours. In 2019, the state has pulled back funding for office hours, but thankfully the board and president are supporting the maintenance of that same amount of funding for part-time faculty office hours in 2019. So if you're interested, please contact me or someone in the instruction office, your department chair or dean, to inquire a little bit more about how you set up office hours as a part-time faculty member, whether DE or face-to-face, and how you're paid for those in terms of your contract at the college. In terms of office hour scheduling, there are some conversations I think about trying to make an office hour work in terms of student schedules, but it's very difficult to do that. We realize if you're a faculty member teaching back to back, if that space in which or that time in which you're teaching that second class is the only time the student can meet with you, obviously you can't schedule an office hour then because that's when your class is, your second class. So it's really tricky. I advise you to try to make them convenient for students, but our students' lives are so radically different and vary from student to student that it's often very challenging to find the best times for every single student in the class. So do your best when you schedule your office hours. And I wanted to mention this article. I was sharing this with my Promise class recently. And this article is basically saying, what can we do as faculty members, if I could maximize it here, to make our office hours matter? The article, and this is from Inside Higher Ed from 2016, says, so few students take advantage of office hours, and there are some tips here then as to how we can improve the rate at which students attend our office hours. And I won't share this with you today, but there's some really good tips here, talking about group dynamics, tell them early, tell them often, and then virtual office. So virtual office hours I think is maybe a good solution in terms of access, particularly as we teach more of our classes in the DE format. So consider that article if you're interested, look it up. So in closing, what I'd say is to try to use your office hours as an opportunity to extend the teaching from the spaces of your classroom, whether ISP, face-to-face, or DE, into the space of your office. Basically, it's extending the teaching. It's more opportunities for apprenticeship, one-on-one teaching and learning, and collaboration that you might get in a big class of 30 or 35 students. So good luck to you, and I'll be back with more videos here in the basics track at LTCC.